Hey, how we doing, Vol Nation? This is Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel. Once again, on this late Sunday night, it never seems to fail. When Tennessee gets a baseball commitment, it seems most of these guys announce late at night. I'd actually just crawled into the bed. Funny enough, I saw this, felt it was worthy of coming up, posting a video, and I hope you'll check out that content. It's had a lot of content come out today. But Tennessee, of course, with the Alabama weekend, the Florida weekend last week, all the sports have been trying to deliver on recruiting. And it's been no different. Tennessee baseball, they've had two loaded weekends in a row with highly ranked national prospects coming in. One of those guys, local Oak Ridge standout, right-handed pitcher, third baseman, outfielder, Michael Teasley from Oak Ridge. I think I just said that. He did make it official tonight. It was about an hour ago I saw, or I actually just saw it, but it was about an hour ago that he announced it. He is in the fold for 2026. He's ranked, according to perfectgame.com, number 31 overall. You got to think, will a guy that high make it to campus or not? I mean, it remains to be seen. But if you're Tennessee, it's definitely worth the risk. It's definitely worth trying to get him in the fold, in which Tony Vitello and that staff has done. You've got to think, if they took these guys to the football game last night, as I suspect that they did, the baseball team comes out on the field to be honored. You see video of Tony Vitello down there just going nuts with the players and stuff on the sidelines. Why would you not want to come play for this guy? Why would you? If you see him on Marty and McGee yesterday morning, you see him on SEC Nation, he's visible, he's out there. And Tony Vitello doesn't boast. He doesn't talk a whole lot. They talked about what he's doing out in the community and stuff like that. This baseball program, man, it's just phenomenal what they're doing. And we'll show you some video here, Michael Teasley, real quick, as he's throwing. From what I saw, he's throwing around mid-90s, give or take a little bit here. Let's see, as soon as my share screen, there we go. All right, let's share this up here. This was from computer connection being a little bit slow, so bear with me here for just a minute. It was working just fine a minute ago. All right, well, now it's not. So, here we go. This is a couple minutes here. Again, right-handed pitcher, 2026. Here you go. You see, fastball again runs about, see, that pitch speed says 88. From what I was seeing, reading on the scouting report from different places, he can hit up to about 94. Now, here's what you got to factor in with these guys. That's a nice breaking ball right there. Good sharp break to it. That one's a little wilder, but this, of course, is some warm-up pitches, and then he'll see some batters here in a minute. One thing you got to keep in mind with these guys, with how hard they're throwing now, with the pitch types that they're throwing right now, when they get to campus, especially these freshman guys, when they come to campus, one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to get with Coach Eberhardt. They're going to get in the weight room. They do get in with a nutritionist, and they totally start the process of changing their body and their workouts for Tennessee baseball. And I've got this on good authority from a couple of different places. It is very, of course, core and lower body oriented. They're going to put in weight. I see this guy and I see legs that could probably, could build those up a little bit in the process. Now, again, that's if he makes it to campus. He may never make it to campus being ranked that high overall. But one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to get them in. They're going to put more muscle on them. They're going to work on their legs. They're going to work on just their lower body, and they're going to work on their shoulders as well. There's not as much emphasis on chest and bench press as it is your shoulders, your legs, your core areas. That's where, if this guy, if Tennessee's fortunate enough to get him to campus, if they get him in, then that's where you get that. You see here, a little wild on a couple of these pitches here. But when they get in, they get that body built up. What that's going to add, that's going to add more speed to the pitches then. and that's going to enable them. You got a guy coming in throwing mid-90s in the freshman year, so go be throwing high 90s. That's pretty good stuff. The main thing is, are you a pitcher or are you a thrower? Looks here that the control in this setting, now some of these are all-star game settings. What are the nerves like in these scenarios? If you're going to pitch at this level, the one thing you have to have is that demeanor, that mentality of where, whether it's a good inning, whether it's a bad inning, you've got to be able to take it in stride. That's just the way it is. If you get emotional, that's fine or whatever. But, I've heard it from numerous guys who pitched at this level. The big thing and the big characteristic they have to have coming in, if you're going to pitch in the SEC, which is the best baseball conference in America, it's not even close. You got to be able to take the good with the bad. Can Michael Teasley do that? Again, he's 2 years away from being in Knoxville, but number 31 overall, pretty good. Around, like I saw, around 6 foot is where he comes in at. This is a guy you hope you get to campus, but this is the types of players that Tony Vitello and staff has been bringing in for the last 2 weeks. They brought in numerous guys who may never see campus other than on these visits. But in this day and age with NIL, with the way scholarships are going, with the reduction in what you can have on the baseball roster, it's worth it with what they're putting into it. Scholarship money is much different now than it used to be with baseball. Used to, you had about 13 scholarships total to give out based on how many roster spots there is. Now the money's more. Where's that money going to come from? I don't know if they know that yet. There could be funds. There could be some kind of fundraising that goes on. There may be donors. I don't know the answer to that exactly. As these new college baseball rules, they've just gotten to the point that they have more assistant paid coaches now. So it's an evolving sport. It's getting bigger. It's getting better, as it should be. But with Tony Vitello and his staff, you have to go for it with these guys, especially a local product that's that good, has that much talent coming in. And, you never know when they get to is his position going to be pitcher? Can he play the field? He does a little bit of both. So where does he excel? I would think based on, and again, I've not looked much on this tonight. I just saw the commitment just a few minutes ago and come on to it. But I've got to think a guy with his kind of stuff, you reel in that control a little bit. This dude's got to be a pitcher, I would think, this level. But, a great news weekend for Tennessee. Of course, beating Alabama. Tennessee got the commitment from 2026 Brandon Anderson of Kennesaw, Georgia, this morning. And now tonight, Tennessee baseball gets commitment number 31 overall for 2026, Michael Teasley of Oak Ridge. Just a great weekend. Great weekend for that. I released a video earlier doing my season preview of Tennessee basketball. Probably went a little longer than I wanted, but I tried to be very thorough, very accurate, very detailed with it. If you get time, check it out. Check out parts of it, as I feel that's one of those. There's some of those videos you finish up and be like, I don't. That one, it's very good. I promise you that. If you'll check it out. But this is my last one for tonight. I'm calling it a night on this one. But this is a good one to end the night on. You guys have a good rest of the evening. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel. Last but most certainly not least, take care. Have a great evening, and go Vols.